We are live.
It's so funny because it looks exactly the same, but it's a different platform.
Right. Because, yeah, connected through stream.
Exactly the same, but it's a different platform.
Whoa.
Why did it do that?
Right. Because, yeah, connected through stream.
That is
Exactly the
crazy.
same, but it's a different platform.
Whoa.
Why did it do that?
Right. Because, yeah, connected through stream.
That is
Exactly the same, but it's a
crazy.
different platform.
Whoa.
Why did it do that?
Right.
Hold on,
Because,
why is it looping?
Connected through stream. All right. Let's see if that worked. I'm going to get Brock back here in a second. Sorry about that.
Same link.
Yeah, let me just send you another one just so it's clean. Copy. Technology. Here we go. Julie. Yeah, they say it's working now for sure. We don't hear anything crazy on our side either, so that's good.
Should be. It's loading.
President's Day. Happy President's Day, everybody. Peekaboo. Mama know. Mama knows best. Okay, adding Brock. We good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Back in business.
Back in business, baby. Hey, Tessa.
Oh, I can't see the comments. There we go.
Perfect. We're rocking now. Ready to talk about Brock's movie on Netflix, #1 Netflix movie globally called Players. We are ready to rock.
Heck yeah.
Alessandra, Will, you look like Messi, the soccer player. That's the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life. Thank you. Julie, don't jinx it. I'm trying not to, but we're good now. So we're smooth operator. Brock,
What's going on?
let's dive into it, man. Shall we?
Let's do it. I mean, we're here, right?
Absolutely. So you were alongside Gina Rodriguez, Liza Koshy, Marlon Wayans Jr., just to name a few. But what was it like doing that scene with Gina?
That was awesome. I remember I was in New York for a couple weeks waiting to film, and I remember getting set, and you get your wardrobe, you do hair and makeup and all that stuff before you get ready to go film. And I remember getting to set, and I looked at the wardrobe, and it was so funny because I'm like, why do I have camo underwear? Like, why? I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized, obviously the scene got a little hot and heavy. But I just thought it was like such a random,
to say the least.
Yeah, it was just such like a random, funny little note that they added, as like just a little gem. And you have to really look to even notice it, I think, anyways. But that was like my first I was like, this is going to be hilarious. And then I met Gina and Liza, who I knew from doing Boo a Medea Halloween with. I think it was both of our first movies. Um, and Liza's freaking amazing. Gina is amazing, and they were shooting a bowling alley scene. And I came a few days early just to meet them, and just the salt of the earth. And Trish too, Sai, who's the director, is just amazing. But yeah, going into the scene, I remember talking with Gina about it, and we're kind of like, figuring out the scene because I think it was one of the last scenes that they filmed on the movie, but it was the kind of the opening scene, or it is one of the opening scenes. Kind of sets up the entire film, so we wanted to get it right. But Gina, I remember her being a little bit nervous, um, because, and I was like, what are you nervous about? I was like, if anyone should be nervous, it's me. Um, just because she's so experienced and so talented and incredible. And she was because she was like, well, she's like, I've played a virgin for 7 years and I haven't done anything like this. And I'm like, okay, well, don't worry, everything's all right. I just did Euphoria where I was butt naked. So
Right.
there is, we can do whatever you want. I'm comfortable with anything. I wanted her to feel safe and good, and so that we could just really just enjoy, that scene and making it come across as good as it could. Um, and I think that interaction, just of like, there's no pressure, there's no stress, like we can do as little or as much that the scene calls for, and just us communicating, and then Trish there too, being an incredibly talented female director as well. It just kind of set the tone. And I grew up with women, like a single mother and my sisters and stuff. So I'm not like in here trying to take advantage of a situation, or like not being empathetic to a woman's stand or point of view. I think in
Of
that
course.
situation, and it just made the thing so natural and so easy. And that we literally, like, I remember at the end of it, we're like, we got to do another movie together. This was so fun. Like, we talked about the actual premise of the film, and well, I thought it was so great, and so the way the story goes too, it's just such a good film. This, and then to see it come out and it to be received so well by everybody. Even though I was in a small part, it was a small part of a now a number one globally, global Netflix film. So that's pretty cool. Everyone in the film did such a good job. You got Tom Ellis, it's just so talented. Damon Wayans, just everybody was just top tier, and you could tell that they had such great chemistry, which is why the film is what it is.
Was there a like an intimacy coordinator, or how how was that planned out? Was that the director?
I feel like there was, but I don't remember using them like that. That's more for like if you're feeling uncomfortable, I think. Like Euphoria had two of them just as like a safety, and obviously we kind of stretched the boundaries on that.
Right.
It's HBO, which was just great. But the, I think that we immediately, and I don't want to speak for Gina or Trish or anybody else on set, but I feel like we just immediately connected and realized that this was going to be a very safe environment, and there was nothing that wasn't going to be professional and um handled in a professional manner. Really, I think that's kind of, and it just was just like a very comfortable, safe space, and it was very easy to just do the job. So I don't remember really needing an intimacy coordinator.
It sounded like there was a lot of trust there, and a previous friendship there too, that seemed like a very, I guess you could say, like minimal risk environment essentially, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like I just met them just a few days before, really. So it's really just going off of that. But um, I think everyone's just very professional and very kind, and it's just working with really sweet, really nice people who just happen to be incredibly talented as well. Um, just made the whole thing so easy, and I remember being so happy to do it. And it's funny going back and watching it though, because I'm like, I remember, I think I was leaving maybe shortly after to go film Righteous Gemstones or something like that, and I just remember when I watched it again, I was like, "Dang, my beard was huge. My beard was so big." Fits the fisherman vibe, like
And
the
you got the
woodsman and the
flannel.
flannel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was cracking me up every time I see it on camera now. And same thing with Righteous. In the beginning of Righteous Gemstones, my beard was massive. Um,
Yeah, I'm trying to think back for sure.
Yeah, but it's just funny seeing it like kind of just. I love filmmaking. You know, it's so fun, and you get to live in a different reality for a little while, and it's even just as fun making it. You know, but it's there for it's kind of there forever. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's just gonna live on, which is really cool.
Did you work out extra hard before knowing you were gonna have your shirt off and all that?
I don't I feel like I had a very early call time, so I don't know if I got even to work out. Maybe I did a lot of push-ups in the trailer.
Or like the weeks leading up to, I mean, I know you're always in good shape, but
I try to be, but I think the pandemic made that kind of difficult for me, so I was, like, probably getting back into shape. Um, and then being in New York too, you know, I definitely was working out while I was out there and just kinda killing time waiting for the, shoot day.
I love that Equinox in Soho. I mean, there's a
Mhm,
few, but there's like one I always go to. It's really
really?
good. I like.
Yeah. There's a lot out there, actually.
Yeah.
New York is a very lively city. There's a lot going on in New York all the time. There's a lot of energy out there, as I'm wearing a New York hat.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but I got to visit friends, got to visit a lot of friends out there. And, Max, our buddy Max Blank's parents, I got to hang out with a lot too. They're
Shout out.
they're they're just amazing. Um, so just the whole experience all around, I couldn't have been more lucky and I think grateful. And I feel that way every time I do any kind of movie is I'm just so blessed and lucky to be a part of that, even when it doesn't go well, or you're working with some tyrants or somebody crazy or whatever. But I'm just still at the end of the day, like I would choose that over any other profession if I had the choice, which in some way we do to a degree. Um, so I don't know. I was just grateful.
And you mentioned earlier, you did Boo Medea Halloween with Lisa
But
before
Liza,
that, with Liza,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Before that, was it cool to kind of get back on a project with someone you'd worked with before? And were you able to connect
Yeah.
while you're out there?
Yeah, we a little bit, yeah. We connected, and then I've seen her a bit since, and she is just absolute Liza Koshy. She's just killing it, and I remember she just has one of the most unique and incredible personalities that you're ever gonna meet, and you could see it every time you watch her. She's like nothing short of one of the most entertaining people of all time. And that's why I know that it's a testament to why her career has gone the way it has. Is she lights up every room she goes in. She's extremely funny. Like her like I don't think I've ever seen her on camera, whether it's somebody's Instagram story or a cut to at the Super Bowl or at the Emmys or Good Morning America. She's on Good Morning America today,
Oh wow,
and she's not just fully, truly like herself and just hilarious.
lighten it up.
She's so funny. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. Um, and she deserves all the success she has, and she killed it in this movie. Killed it. She got to like do her, I think, and it showed and she shined through. So it was like my hats off to Liza and everybody really. But Liza's just amazing. Yeah, and to see like to go from, uh Boo Medea Halloween to now the players, and she's really stepping into and has been for a while and has done incredible bodies of work, but really stepping into her craft as an actor. And my computer is dying. That's not good.
That's awesome, man. She sounds incredible.
Yeah, Liza's the best. I got 10%.
Do you take this charger?
No, I got the USB-C. Oh, is that a newer computer, but it has like an older charger on it?
Yeah, this is a 2022.
It's definitely newer than mine.
Yeah, 22.
That's funny. I only have the other one. I'll grab it in a second once I get to 5.
Okay. Countdown. Yeah, how's the reaction been? Getting texts and calls from people?
Yeah, it's been funny. A bunch of really hilarious videos from buddies of mine, and um, I had a friend. He's shooting a movie right now, and he actually just texted me. He said his wife was watching it, and she like screamed and sent him a video because they didn't know I was in it. And he just texted me before we came in here. So it's been, I think that's like a fun part about making film. You know, it's you don't get immediate, response. Like I can be sitting alone in my house, and if I didn't check my phone, I wouldn't really know who was watching it. It's not like doing a play or, um, playing a football game or doing something where you get like a reaction. A comedian, right?
Yeah. The
It's,
table is really
yeah, it's just
wobbly. I'm
I took
trying
my
to.
hands off. Um, but
Yeah, you kind of
there,
do the work, and then it's like months, maybe years later,
years,
where
yeah,
you're like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah, I did
I hope they
that."
like it. But yeah, no, but to get that's when you've done something because like that's what happened with. I mean, that happened with a couple of different shows I've done. Righteous was one of them. Euphoria was definitely. I got some hilarious videos from buddies. Um, and to me, it's like even if that character is supposed to be serious, I think when people know you and they're just having fun and um, they can tease you a little bit, they can make some jokes and stuff, and if it's even a serious character, to have that other element of how somebody else received it and the way that they're enjoying it is so different than maybe you would have thought it would have been intended to be received. Um, it's all amazing. Like it's I would be lying if I didn't say I got some real joy out of the reactions from friends and people online and my friends online and fans and whatever whoever it may be. It's all pretty cool because I mean that's why we do it. We make films to sometimes we make them for ourselves, but really it's just to entertain people. To give people an escape and um, really just to have fun. Kind of take everyone out of the world for a little bit and put them into a new one, a
Yeah,
different one. And if you can do that and people are enjoying it, I think you're doing something.
that's awesome, man. I mean, I can only imagine for sure. I mean, it's so many people are watching it right now, and it's being so well received. That's great.
I feel like it's kind of like when you get a compliment on the podcast, like you'll be out somewhere and somebody will say like there's a specific moment or a specific podcast of ours that they listen to and um they really enjoy it, and it's like it's different because it's a different body of work, right? But um it's still like you're creating content, we're having awesome conversations, we're um putting stuff out there and if it's received well by even one person, I think it's pretty cool. Pretty lucky to get to do it.
I definitely appreciate the comparison from the podcast to the number one movie on Netflix for sure. But yeah, no, I'll take that. Absolutely. You're creating a piece of content and receiving feedback. And
Yeah.
you know, I definitely always ask too, like, what would be a criticism of it so we can improve on it? You know what I mean? Where it's
Okay.
like for the podcast specifically, where it's like something more ongoing. It's like, what else? What do you think we can improve too? Um, but yeah, that's awesome, dude. I'm so glad everyone's checking it out and getting such positive feedback because it is a really fun movie. It's
It is.
dating, it's relationships, it's playing games on people and with people, and great cast. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the cast is great. The premise is great. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's not too heavy or anything. I feel like his hat doesn't fit my head right. Um, and it's just yeah, it's fun. It's movies, making movies.
Dude, I'm really
That's why.
excited for you.
That's why I came to LA.
It's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, the definitely I'm sure you'll keep hearing about it.
Yeah. I mean the yeah. I'm sure. I'm still getting messages and stuff, but I think just want to keep making them. Keep making TV shows and movies, and hopefully get some more good ones. And writing one now, and we'll see what that turns into. And just want to keep it rocking.
Oh yeah, and Chanel, $10 super chat. Hope you guys are having a great holiday and a great Valentine's Day. Thank you so much, Chanel.
Yeah, thanks, Chanel. We appreciate you.
Definitely back at you.
But yeah, how's everybody been? How long has it been since we done live? It's been a few weeks, right?
Oh, and Chanel with the new membership. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a bit. Been
We did
traveling, working,
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
What else have we done since then? There was something else. Maybe I did. What did I do?
I don't know.
I know we got Mammoth coming up.
Yep.
We did
Super Bowl was cool.
What was before Super Bowl? Super Bowl was amazing.
With the fam.
Minus losing, but you know. But that experience, like, I mean, I was saying, I told you, it was my first time ever going to a football game. The fact that it was a Super Bowl and to do it that way with you guys is like freaking unforgettable.
Dude, that was awesome.
Crazy. Yeah, just the energy inside that arena, you know, and for it to be new to Vegas, you know, and I feel like the city did a good job at like mitigating traffic and all the people and everything. It wasn't like chaos. It was like it just felt like a big game, you know, and it flowed pretty nice.
I definitely think they could do more in Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Yeah.
Comic-Con. Speaking of Comic-Con, yeah, we were going to talk about Kane.
Yeah.
Are we doing Comic-Con this year? Next year?
LA Comic-Con, absolutely. San Diego, we even have a few ideas planned.
What are the dates for San Diego?
We can't really get into it, but I think San Diego's still July, like last year. LA may be a little bit earlier, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we got big plans. We got big plans.
Yeah. Wish I had a show coming out.
The other thing, well, we're working on one. The other thing, we have some comic books in the mix. Makena Volume 1 is now coming out on Rogue Matter. So all of Kane is out. And then we have the trade Kane book, which is Kane 1 through 5, every issue in one book. It's a 200-page comic book, graphic novel of all of issue 1. You know, it's a magnum opus from Patrick Blaine, our penciler, and Denai Ribeiro, our colorer. You know, it's 2 years of work in one book, and we're really excited about that. So we'll be selling that trade very soon. And then we have Makena Volume 1 coming out. All 5 issues of that are done. We'll be doing a trade of that. And then we have 2 more spin-offs, or not, we don't like to call them spin-offs. They're just more books in the universe. The Gladiator version of Kane is coming out soon. We're working really hard on that. I shouldn't say coming out soon, but we'll probably do like a preview on it where you can check out maybe the first half of issue 1, something like that. Then we have our Ancient Greece one that'll be coming out. Probably do some sort of preview for that as well. We love these digital previews we can do because give them away for free, let people check it out, and then if you like it, you get the book. So yeah, Gladiator, Ancient Greece, Makena, and then like 2 or 3 more that are in the mix, but we can't really talk about yet. We're just really building out this universe, and not to mention Makena Volume 2, Kane Volume 2, and everything associated there. But yeah, Makena issue 2, I believe, comes out a week from Wednesday. And yeah, things are just really coming along with Rogue Matter, and we love the whole team over there. And yeah, the comics are blasting out right now. Blasting out. And I write a new one like every day. I feel like I'm writing a comic book at least one a week because we got Volume 2s, we got Volume 3s, we got all these different books, and we really are building a universe. It feels like we've only had Kane Volume 1 or Makena Volume 1 for so long, but while those were out, we're creating the rest of the universe, and now the rest of the universe is really starting to finish up, be able to come out. So we'll have all these great other stories and books very shortly to go along with Kane and Makena for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Chanel said the ending of Kane Volume 1. She won't say anything but wow.
Oh, nice.
I agree. And it's an extra long book too, so it's a lot of, just takes you on a whole ride. So anybody who hasn't read it yet, like I recommend going and checking it out if you've obviously been caught up with the rest of the volume. But Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, go get the free digital issue 1 and immerse yourself. And it all, in my opinion, it gets all of our comics get better the further you get along, if that makes sense. So, the deeper you go into the universe, the more stuff you're going to see and the more fun stuff you're going to see too. But yeah, it all started with Kane issue 1, which is out for free at roguematter.com.
Yeah. And Crystal, I think there's I don't know about the shipping, so I don't.
Oh yeah, I'll add a link.
Yeah, but if there isn't international, I think we could do something where we could, you could order the book and we could figure out how to get it to you internationally. If it's not available from direct purchase off the website, but when it comes out, let's figure it out. You got to remind us, but we'll get it going. That'd be pretty cool for anybody else who's out of the country as well.
100%. And yeah, international shipping, like you just said, and then just to read it, we'll have digital versions of everything as well. But I know I'm the type of person too where I want the physical book. Just really, even for collecting, even if I can read it digitally, I'm a collector.
What in the world? All these pop-ups.
I feel like I ripped my shirt collar.
All right, so it says I connected my YouTube, so now I can comment.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if it's connected people or just so I can comment.
Yeah, we'll figure this out one day.
There we go. But yeah, so the Studio 22 podcast, if you look in the comments, I saw who said that, Alessandra. If you click there, you can see where you can purchase either the digital or physical copies. And then I think you could see if they ship to Brazil, right? I don't know about the shipping, so I can't.
Our website will have only the books. KaneUniverse.com. That will have all the books, and then Rogue Matter will have digital and books. But Makena, they're still releasing. So Makena issue 2 is only available on our site because they're only on Makena 1 right now. Just we're sticking to their release schedule because they have a ton of other books too, and a ton of other IPs that we're releasing over time. But we're almost caught up. We're one Makena book away from being just as caught up as we are on our site as their site. Perfect.
Sweet.
I love the comic updates. Get a nerd out for a little bit.
The new stuff looks so cool. The Gladiator stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Looks
I
insane.
can't wait to release that book. I'm writing the final issue right now, and it's like probably the biggest thing in scale I can think of for this huge climactic ending. It's crazy.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, we'll have a preview of that book out. I would say definitely in March. 100% in March we'll have like a preview of Gladiator. Well, it's called Uprising, a Kane Rebellion. That's the name of the Gladiator one. Uprising, a Kane Rebellion. And then the ancient Greece one is King, a Kane Odyssey.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just want to turn them into movies and shows already.
Well, I may not have,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Chanel, we do have to catch up. Yeah, no. I don't know why Cameo. There's Cameo had live streams a while ago, and so you're able to talk with people, and it was actually pretty fun.
Oh, nice.
It was actually really fun. And they got rid of it for no reason. So it's been hard to catch up with people.
Well, hell yeah, man. I'm glad we got to talk about your new movie that's absolutely crushing it on Netflix right now.
That's right.
Give a little update on all the comics and everything coming soon. Yeah, Super Bowl was great. And we have a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
We really do.
Did you guys get to check out the Frank Gorilla podcast? Anybody get to see that?
I had so much fun with Frank, dude. That was awesome.
Frank's cool.
I binged Kingdom, his show, the MMA one.
Mm-hmm.
I freaking love it, dude. It's awesome. It's really just like gruesome and fun, and he's really, really good in it. Nick Jonas is great in it. There's a lot of the cast is great, but just a fun show.
Excuse me. Brock, are you ready for Thailand? Not yet, but I will be.
Oh, that's funny. Johnny, no, it's just artwork. That's a cool question, though. I haven't thought of it that way in a while. I love how you have different perspectives on art. It can trigger different results, like depending on who's looking at it and what's going on. But that's dope. That's a cool question.
What was the question? Where is it?
Right above in green. Right there. No, you had it.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, they kind of, well, they could be, huh?
Grilling event. Julie's crushing. Are we allowed to talk about not this weekend, but next?
I think I already mentioned it in this podcast.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about Mammoth?
Well, yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. There's nothing.
We're going to Mammoth Film Festival again.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, I feel like it's open. Is it open to the public? It's open to the public, right? Yeah. It's like you can buy tickets.
You just buy tickets, yeah?
Yeah, and go see the screenings and stuff.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to pop up, we'll be up there. It should be a lot of snow, I'm assuming, especially with now there's another storm coming through right now. I'm definitely bringing my snowboard. I don't know about you.
Dude, I will never forget. I went straight from the studio with Morton and Quavo, drove alone from that studio to Mammoth to meet you, who were already there. And I got in at like 2 a.m.
Dude.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, I remember I drove that. They had this big van. It was like their van. It's not like what would you call it? But it was like the van for the festival. I don't know. It was like a big red van. It matched their whole aesthetic, and I think they had the logo on it and everything. So, anyways, I drove it up. The thing was 2-wheel drive, and it was like the biggest snowstorm in Mammoth history.
Oh yeah,
I was like, guys, it's covered with 8 feet plus of snow around every direction. I'm not driving this home. I'm getting a different ride. This thing is stuck. But it was quite an experience.
I had to rent an SUV, and I was driving by everybody that was putting on snow chains on their tires. I didn't have chains.
Yeah. I couldn't even get I got out, my hands were so cold, I couldn't even put the chains on. I tried. Like it just they wouldn't clip. I think they're the wrong size. And it wasn't my car, so there's nothing I could do about it. But I just drove it. It really was like another 30 minutes in, so I just risked it. It
was gnarly.
Could have been The Last of Us. What do you call it? Was it last year? I was with Lorenzo, Antonucci, we had on the podcast, and Rob Weiss. There's a bunch of people up there, but there's a story, and I want you guys to remember this when we get Rob on. There's a story from Mammoth that Rob has to tell of what happened last time we were up there. It was pretty crazy. Got a little physical, but it's a great story, and it's hilarious when Rob tells it. So remember that is it still shaking? Yours is like extra shaky. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, we got to get him on to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to get him on. But it's a great, great story. And so hopefully we don't have any similar stories this year, but we're going to have some other great stories. And we're bringing the podcast up there. So probably do a couple live streams, but definitely get some good interviews from some really talented people. It'll be fun. It's going to be fun. Mammoth Film Festival.
Us film nerds in our film zone.
Exactly. Watch a couple movies, eat a little popcorn, hang out with the bros.
And Chanel, we may have a plan for that.
What did she say? Yes.
have a plan for that. Heck yeah. President's Day. I hope everyone's enjoying it. Thinking of their favorite presidents, I guess. Is that what we're supposed to do?
We've had some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be a good time. I'm just reading comments and catching up. Yeah, it should be fun. And the cool thing about Mammoth too is it's kind of a smaller festival. And so it's a little more intimate and you really get to meet filmmakers and talent, actors, actresses, directors. And there's been a couple things that have come out of it, as far as I think people working on projects together. And I've met some cool people that I've seen at huge premieres at Mammoth later on, or have stayed connected with, stayed friends with. So the snow is the only.
Yeah, no, we had our short film up there, The Big Break, with Gil and Tom and all them. That's how I went the first time. But its proximity to LA, you're right. It's like it's a little smaller, but it's also newer and in direct proximity to LA, which makes it still very influential.
Yeah.
And easier for like a lot of people in Hollywood to make it out there.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's unique and like very.
You can fly in, but you don't have to, which is nice. Like I'm not driving. I mean, I would, but most people wouldn't. But I'm not driving to, Sundance or,
Right.
Something in New York or whatever. You got to fly to a lot of those places.
And like Tanner was saying, they sold more films than Sundance did last year.
Wow.
I think you remember he was like,
yeah,
5. It was like,
that's a good stat to have,
Yeah.
They're definitely growing every year. And you've seen it. And two of my buddies, our buddies, Tanner and Tomic, who Tanner we've had on the podcast also, started it years ago. And, they've just been crushing it and doubling down on it. And it's been fun to see what they can do or what they've been doing with it. It's a fun time.
Heck yeah.
And they got a bowling tournament, which is pretty great. They get very competitive. Those guys are very competitive. I unfortunately had a torn meniscus last time, so I didn't do so good. But if I do go this time, it's game on. Reading the comics. Reading the...
Misty, what would be your dream role? Honestly, I wrote my dream role. It's me and Penny in the zombie apocalypse in my comic Desert Heat. I've always wanted to do that, so I'm basically just made myself a amateur action star in a zombie alien environment. But yeah, Desert Heat comic.
But it's actually like a really unique, sick concept that I have never seen done before. So it's like you might say, what was the term you just used for yourself? Like a average, or what was it?
Amateur action star.
With the right circumstances, anyone can be great.
Oh, dude, it's nuts.
It's crazy.
By the end, I was rereading the last issue because I'm starting volume 2 right now, and like it gets effing crazy. It's like military with crazy different types of zombies and aliens are involved. It's just as crazy as it can be, while also being very grounded and all about family and love and romance, relationships, like family bonds and like family expectations and
aliens.
And aliens, man. It's nuts. But thank you. Yeah. That would be my dream role, is just crushing zombies. I think it's fun. I was a big Walking Dead fan until about season 5 or 6. But yeah. Thank you for the question.
Swear jar. Did I cuss? Did you cuss?
I said effing.
Oh.
I think I avoided it.
Yeah. But yeah, no. We love you guys. We appreciate you. We just want to check in, and that's pretty much, that's a good little update of the week, right?
Dude, so fired up about your movie Players on Netflix, how well it's doing. Glad we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Comics are crushing. It's great to talk to everybody and check in. Hell yeah.
And I know a couple people from my app too are in here, and you guys have been killing it. So I just want to shout you out personally. and seeing your progress has just been amazing. So I'm grateful that you guys trusted me and jumped on board, and let's keep it rocking. We got to make more films, Will. We got to just keep going.
Dude, we have so many in the works, so
I
like
know.
they just take time.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's very true. Doing your workout as you watch it. That's see what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Love that.
Now you're making me feel lazy.
Me too.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. We will see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.